Live here in Hertford, North Carolina, here in Perquimans County Courthouse grounds. You see the county courthouse behind me, or in front, in the background. Here that was built back in 1825. The prior courthouse was built back in the 1700s on this site. I'll share with that soon. And also you see here in the foreground the Confederate memorial that dates back to 1912, and I'll share that here with you in just a moment. Right here in downtown. It's a very quiet day because it's a Sunday. The shops are closed. You see different shops here, including a antique store right here, and a gallery and gift shop, and a little mercantile, a little packing place, a little FedEx, and a salon, and a 5 and 10 dime store, and things like that. It's just a nice little quiet place. Right here in the inner bank in North Carolina, kind of in the older part of North Carolina's state. I was just over in Edenton, North Carolina before this, and that was the third oldest city or town settlement in the entire state of North Carolina. It's only about 20-minute drive from here, a little bit more southwest of here. But Edenton is right off the Albemarle Sound, and it was the second capital of North Carolina back in the early 1700s. Well, this is right next to it. So definitely some of the older parts of America right here. So sharing this with you, this is a memorial for the locals who answered the call and did their duty to serve and protect and defend their homes and their families and their homelands, doing what their forefathers had done, serving to protect the principles of independence and the Constitution. It's a more important memorial to have here. I'll share with you here real soon these new placements here, the new so-called a little bit more woke interpretation, we'll spin on this. Beginning right here, at the very beginning, at the front, 1861 to 1865, featuring a Confederate battle flag used by the citizen soldier in defense of their homes. This is simply our soldiers. It's erected by the Perquimans chapter UDC in the year of our Lord 1912. On this side you see sabers and scabbards. And simply, not much text on this one at all. But you see here, they fought for what they believed to be right and sealed their faith in blood. They fought for what they believed to be right and sealed their faith in blood. It's a memorial here, right here on the corner of the county courthouse grounds. Now, I don't actually know if it's actually owned by the county itself, but perhaps it is. But these interpretations were placed here a few years ago after the George Floyd incident took place way up in a northern former Union state, in a former Yankee state. And for some reason, they felt the need to place these little interpretation markers right here. I'll read these to you. Residents of Perquimans County unveiled this monument to the Confederate dead in 1912. The monument was established to honor the memory of local Confederate soldiers who sacrificed their lives in the Civil War. Okay, it's all good with me. Due to the heavy Quaker influence in the county, many Perquimans residents opposed secession and others enlisted in the Union Army. Consequently, the Union victory in 1865 ended slavery and guaranteed a lasting freedom for millions of people. This one right here, Perquimans County is home to one of the few monuments in the nation honoring those African-American soldiers who fought for the Union in the Civil War of 1861-1865. The monument is located nearby in the corner of Hyde Park and King Street. It was erected in 1910. So you can read that as well. Few times I've came here, these little markers were not right here. But I really wish they included more of the background, like the speakers and what was played here. They played Dixie here. They had judges speak here. They had legislators. They had very important people come to speak here. It was one of the biggest gatherings in this county's history. I wish they had mentioned that. but completely omitted everything. I wish they included commentary from the actual dedication ceremony and what was said to give the actual proper respect and perspective. So transition over here in front of this old courthouse building, which is among the oldest contingency use in the state of North Carolina. I believe the oldest contingency use courthouse state of North Carolina is in Edenton, which has been used since the 1760s. The oldest contingency use courthouse is actually there in King William County, Virginia. There's a beautiful Confederate monument there as well, and that dates back to 1725. So this is about a good 100 years later after the oldest contingency used courthouse in America. You can see here the first courthouse on the site dates back to 1732. And not too much here, just a plaque here that's been here since, looks like, around 1930s. This tablet is placed by Perquimans County in appreciation of the generosity of Clinton White Toms in restoring this courthouse building for the citizens of his native county. So it sounds like it was somebody who had some money help restore that. We're zooming in on the monument here and the downtown here in Hertford, North Carolina. Another little sign right here talks about Perquimans County Courthouse, 1825. There's a few other memorials over here. One is honoring Yucca Indians. You can read that, the 400th Anniversary Committee. Now I'm just over here real quickly, share with you what else is on here. You see Betsy's Ride. Teenager Betsy Downey rode her horse Bess over 40 miles from Curtis Banks to Hertford to warn General Skinner's militia of British attack in 1775. Over here, a general memorial to veterans. The sacrifice of few ensure the freedom of many. A grateful community remembers those who served in the armed forces of the United States during times of war and peace, whose courage and personal sacrifice defend and preserve our freedoms. And a memorial over here I think is very interesting. I've been to hundreds and hundreds of courthouses, and I can't quite think of anything quite like this, where it was a memorial dedicated to a sports star or somebody who was popular or somebody who served in sports. So in this case, somebody who Jim Catfish Hunter. You see here, he was a lifetime resident of this area and Major League Baseball pitcher. Here's his career records and where he played, including New York Yankees. I cringe when I see actually a Yankees cap in Dixie. But he was inducted in the Baseball Hall of Fame back in 1987. So really interesting to see a kind of a monument or memorial to somebody who served in sports and a courthouse ground. I can't think of one off the top of my head of another situation like that I've seen. Every courthouse is different. Just finishing up down here, you got the Sheriff's Department right here, the county annex, and you see the county sheriff's office right here. Been in these different courthouses, sometimes you'll see memorials for those who serve police department or fire department, different odds and ends wars, sometimes tornado victims, sometimes flooding victims. Sometimes you see memorials like this for people who did some deeds of warning, like this Betsy Ride. Every county is a little different. Of course, I like to focus on the memorials that are for those who served in the Confederacy in America's largest, deadliest war. That took place right here in America, by far America's largest war. I really like the counties that engrave the names of all those who served in the different wars. And typically what you'll find is, some names for those who served in the Spanish-American War and Korea and Vietnam and more for World War I, more for World War II, and all these names. But typically when you see all those who served in the Confederacy, typically the list is 3 or 4 times larger than every other war combined. it puts in perspective. That's why these memorials are so important. Just taking one little pass right through here. So just want to share this with you once again from Hertford, North Carolina. Here on the far northeast corner of North Carolina, here in the Inner Bank, not too far from Edenton, North Carolina. Hope you're all doing well today. Take care, y'all. From Hertford, North Carolina. May God bless and save America. May God bless and save Dixie.